Washing Day. With the advent of the automatic washing machine still 16 years away in 1937, these French women would have washed their clothes by hand. This historical photo shows them weighing the freshly washed clothes down with pebbles to allow them to dry without blowing away in the strong winds of northern France. Bombing of the USS Alabama. The USS Alabama joined the United States Navy in 1900 and spent her first few years engaged in peacetime training. In World War I, she took on role as a training ship, and after the war was used as a target for aerial bombing testing. The goal of the test was to ascertain the need for naval aviation. USS Alabama was sunk by bombs in September of 1921, as this historical photo shows. A tall lady hugs a group of women suffering from microcephaly. Cray Farini was a hirsute, flexibly joint woman found in the Latoyan jungle in 1885 and cruelly exhibited as a missing link. The bullet bra. If you ever thought that the current fashion trends was going too far, then you have to remember what they were wearing in the 1940s. This is a picture of a US Marine giving the Japanese soldier a cigarette whilst he's buried in the sand. A starving child and a vulture in the Sudanese famine. In 1993 it came amidst political unrest and civil war in Sudan, caused mainly by human rights abuses and drought. A photo of a Boeing B-29 bomber that dropped the nuclear bomb over Hiroshima. As the city disappeared under a mushroom cloud, Captain Robert Lewis, a co-pilot of the Enola Gray, the bomber that dropped the weapon, wrote in his log, "My God, what have we done?" A Nagasaki nuclear explosion survivor in 1945. 39,000 people died this day. This was to bring the war with Japan to a speedy end and spare American lives. It has been suggested that the second objective was to demonstrate the new weapon of mass destruction to the Soviet Union. Vietnamese refugees on a boat sailing towards Thailand in 1977, so known simply as the Boat People, refers to the refugees who fled Vietnam by boat and ship following the end of the Vietnam War in 1975. The migration and humanitarian crisis was at its highest level in 1978 and 1979, but continued into the early 90s. The term is often used generically to refer to the Vietnamese people who left their country in a mass exodus between 1975 and 1995. Ruth Lee, a hostess at a Chinese restaurant, flies a Chinese flag, so she isn't mistaken for Japanese on her days off in Miami, in the wake of the attack on Pearl Harbor, 1941. Malushka, a Russian space dog, poses here in a snug-fitting spacesuit, with a transparent space helmet beside it. Meanwhile, the newly launched Soviet satellite Sputnik 2 circles the Earth, carrying what is reported to be a female husky dog, the first living being to roam space. Snowcat over a crevice, Antarctica, during the 1955-1958 Commonwealth Transantarctic Expedition. Commander Richard Byrd wearing a specially designed leather helmet and mask during his flight over the North Pole and back. Commander Byrd and pilot Floyd Bennett used a Fokker plane, making the trip of 1,360 miles in little more than 15 hours. German children playing with stacks of money during the hyperinflation period of the Weimar Republic in 1922. The currency becomes worthless, with kids using it like Lego bricks. Post-First World War Germany was hit by one of the worst cases of hyperinflation in recent history. This is believed to be possibly one of the many reasons that led to the election of Hitler. Joseph Stalin's record for the Tsarist secret police in 1911. The mugshot was taken in 1911, when he was arrested for the second time. After being marked by the Russian secret police for his activities, he became a full-time revolutionary, an outlaw. He became one of the Bolsheviks' chiefs. 1944 renderings by the US government of possible disguises Hitler may have attempted. Near thought the Nazis' leader and Adolf Hitler would attempt to flee Germany. US intelligence tried to predict what the Führer would look like if he altered his appearance. The altered images were circulated among Allied forces before D-Day invasion in June 1944.